Hi, this is Greg Study on soccer. I talked with Boris Pardo at the meet and greet that the team had, a week and a half ago or so? And he directed me to you. He said that this team and where we are today is all your fault. So I wanted to talk to you, Chiky, and you and I had a little bit of a discussion earlier in the off season. But let's talk about the player personnel. That's what you do, and let's talk about that. Let me first say, I have a desire to talk about you on more of a bio interest and your playing career and whatnot. But today I want to talk to you about the player personnel and the position that you have with the team.
Yeah, it's been 3 years in the making, really. The shaping up. This is, I think, the third season since I stopped playing, and it helped out a lot. The fact that I'm fresh off the field, it definitely helps out. I got to know a lot of the guys that are on the field now. The guys that we recruited on for the Soccers is a bunch of guys that I got to play against. So when you're playing against a player, it's a whole different. You see something different, right? When you're watching somebody from the stands or even as a part of the coaching staff, you see something, you see the game different, you see the players different. And a lot of the guys that are here now, I actually got to play against them. So it gives you an advantage there because you get to really experience tendencies, the mentality. You see the work rate of a player that you might not see otherwise. So I think that's really helped us out when it comes to the scouting part.
So let's talk about the influx of players that you brought in this season. There's players that are no longer with the team, and there are players that are new to the team. And it's taken a little bit of time for them to gel as a cohesive unit, but it happened pretty quick. And right now, they seem to be firing on all cylinders. Talk about that.
The off season we had some tough decisions to make. We lost a few key players that we didn't necessarily want to lose, but just the way things shaped up and the way the negotiations went and what we had to do, I think long term we had to do what was in the best interest of the club. A few guys decided to move on for their reasons, we had to shape up the team the way we did. I know we looked at a few of the young guys that we brought in. Gutierrez, for example, he's young, he's starting to develop, he's starting to catch on with San Diego, and I don't think we've seen the best of him yet. So we're still waiting to see the best out of Gutierrez. Once he figures out his spot, he gels. Leo is another one. I mean, man. I remember him from a few years ago, and I knew he was a guy that we wanted here, and we had been trying to get him on with us for the last 2 or 3 seasons. This offseason, we had the opportunity, and it happened, and we're very happy to have him here. So we have a young core group right now. Right. We're starting to gel, like you said. We have a lot of changes. If you look at our lineup, you're adding Pino into the mix. You're adding, I think we had at one point, we added 8 guys. So when you're talking about having that many new guys, our record right now, 16-1. Like you're saying, we're starting to gel, starting to play well. I'm surprised we're there. I did not see us at 16-1. I thought we would struggle a little bit at the beginning, trying to get to where we're at now. And I'm glad we won some close games because our record, shows 16-1, I think. And it could be a little bit different if the ball would have bounced a different way.
Right. So going forward, you have a game tomorrow night. This is against, and this is I probably shouldn't mention that because we probably won't have this published tomorrow night. So we'll probably get off of that. You have a road series. What is it? 4 games or 3?
I think. What do we have? I know we're
3 games on the road. I think
3 games on the road. 4. I think. So we're in. I know we're going up to Turlock. Always tough to play there. You got to be focused. I know we've had some good results, but that is because the guys have been focused, and we understand how hard it is to win there, how hard it is to play there. So the guys go out, focus, take the game serious, and that's why we've had good results. Then we fly out to Dallas a day later, play I think 2 days later on a Sunday.
That's right.
And playing in Dallas is always a tough game, so that's another game that the guys have to be focused. I mean, mentally, you can't take a break there.
Right.
You know, if you come out confident and thinking, "Hey, we're the Sockers, we're going to win that game," you know, you'll be behind really easily, and it's tough to come back in Dallas. From there, we fly up to Tacoma. You know, Tacoma's been playing very well as of late. You know, you can't take them lightly. They have the league's leading points guy right now.
And they and Ontario are in a major battle for a playoff spot, so they want to win games.
Exactly. Right now, you know, you have Nicky up there who's playing very well.
Yeah.
You gotta, you know, you have to have a game plan to play against him. And they're starting to peak right now. In my opinion, they're starting to play very well. So they need to win that game. I know it's coming down to the wire for them in Ontario, so they have to win that game against us.
And then I think there's a game in Ontario following that, is there not, for the Sockers?
You know what? You're correct. We're after that we're in Ontario, I believe, on a Thursday night on the road, and once again that's going to be a tough one because of Ontario's situation. I mean, you've seen the games we've had here. It's
Right.
been overtime games. Yeah. It's been a one-goal game with them, so they always want to beat us. So we can't take them lightly, and it's going to be the same situation.
And then the last two home games are against Rio Grande Valley and Monterey. And these are strong teams that are battling each other for first place. Both are probably going to go to the playoffs. One of them, the Sockers are looking for, if they get out of the Pacific Division, to play for the Western Conference.
Yeah, both of those teams are very strong. We saw both of them earlier in the year. RGV had a very good game against us. They had a great game plan. We got away with the win in overtime. That was one of those tight games. In Monterey, same thing. We traveled, played there. We were focused, played well. The guys gutted one out, and same thing. We won in overtime. So those guys coming back, they want to win here. They want to take it to us. They want to beat us. So right now, you know, as we're coming into the stretch of games here at the end, we just got to focus on ourselves, playing well, making sure we're gelling, and really it's about getting ready for the playoff series.
The home field advantage is a giant thing that the team is looking forward to, and right now they have it through the playoffs. Holding on to that with Monterey with only 3 losses, and with Milwaukee with only 3 losses. So that home field advantage is a giant asset to the team today. How much are the players paying attention to that fact and maintaining that home field advantage?
You know, if you say that they're not, you know, we're lying. Everyone's very well aware of the situation. We talk about it openly, how we need that home field advantage. The last few years, we've been on the road, Absolutely. And I think that's been the difference. So right now, we're in a great spot, and it's really up to us to hold on to that home field advantage. So as long as we keep focused every game, right? You can't look into playoffs. You can't look into what's going to happen, who's coming out of the other division, because, you know, right now it's about one game at a time, making sure we don't drop another game into the loss column, make sure we have that home field advantage. Right. You know, in this league, the teams are so competitive now, you could drop a game anytime. So we got to just be really careful, focusing on the games, keeping the home field advantage throughout. And I think that's going to put us at a big advantage compared to the other years.
And I want to make a point of the Turlock game, because that is a game that a lot of teams, without the proper character, would look past. And you guys don't do that. You take the field with full respect to the opposition that's on the field against you and give them that full respect, which means beat them with everything you have, right?
Yeah, I mean, we played in Turlock plenty of times, so we know what it takes to win there. The guys know that it's tough to play there. They're a very good team at home. Their crowd gets behind them at home. The field plays very different than the field plays here, so we got to go in focused. Everyone has to concentrate, and as long as we do that, you know, I think we'll be fine. We'll come out with the result.
So just to sort of roll it back a little bit, I'm going to miss some players here, but Taylor Bond, Travis Pittman, Christian Gutierrez, Leo, and Pino.
Then you have Rojo from El Paso. You have
Segura?
Christian Segura.
Right.
So I mean, it's a bunch of new guys that Juan Gonzalez.
That's right.
So we have a big crew. It's a bunch of new guys that are now coming in, fitting in. You can't forget. Landon is 3 games into playing with us, and he's starting to fit in really nice too. So as the games go on, we're starting to feel more comfortable. Our locker room is the best I've seen it in 3 years. So, besides some of these moves, besides the guys that what you're seeing out in the field, I think the moves were also made because of what's going on inside the locker room. This locker room today reminds me of when I was playing, right? I think part of the reason we were winning back then is we all liked each other. We were all friends. We all had each other's back. It could be on the field, off the field. If I lost the ball, for example, I knew Scotty Martin was busting his ass to get the ball for me. Aaron Susie was there. He was always watching our back, telling you where to go, how to run. You had Brian O'Connor there running, Eric Wonderly, Diego.
That's right.
I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah.
Just the locker room environment. It was a bunch of guys that liked each other. And that's what you're seeing this season. I think everyone in that locker room really enjoys being around each other, and that's why you're seeing that on the field.
Well, it's great to talk to you, Chiky. I've wanted to talk to you for a while. Califino Tequila, awesome stuff. Talked about that.
Yeah, it's a fun project. I'm learning more and more every day about the business, about the tequila world, right? Developing a brand. If anyone hasn't tried it, I'm telling you, not because it's my brand, but we seriously, we're out there to try to introduce one of the best sipping tequilas. I'm not going to say the best because there's a lot of good tequilas nowadays, but
It's the best.
anyone who tries the product, the juice, it'll speak for itself. It's not too much marketing branding going on right now. We're slowly doing it. We're gonna stick to San Diego, but if you get a chance to try it, I promise you, I'll reimburse you if you do not like the product.
That's awesome. Chiky Luna, thanks again. This has been Greg Study on Soccer, and what an opportunity to talk to you, buddy. Hey, guys, if you like what you just watched, follow me on social media. Go to studyonsoccer.com, click on the Patreon link, and support me there. Thank you very much.